Okay, here we go. All right, so let me share this link. Hmm. And there we go. Live class. So excited. There we go. Okay, let me put the phone up here. I'm still a little early, so that is good. Let me set up my cords and hook my phone. There you go. Okay, so now I'm going to make sure we are live. Okay, I see it. And let me mute it. Okay, I'm ready. Ooh, I'm so excited. So excited. Someone's already here. Say hello. So I know who you are. Hi, Eileen. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. It feels like forever. Hi, Marie. How you been? Oh my goodness, I've missed you. It feels like it's been longer a month since the last time that we were live. I don't know why. It feels like a really long time. Okay. So, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for today's video because we're gonna be doing something different than before. It is so hot. Oh my goodness, Marie. I am at 92 degrees right now. It went down from 95, but I don't know. What's your temperature? I hope it's not hotter than 92 because I am dying. So I'm going to open my cardstock as I say hello, and we're probably gonna wait for a couple more minutes. Okay, so I'm using 110 pounds for most everything on this project, except for 2 sheets that we're going to use lightweight cardstock for the hinges. Okay, so I'm just gonna get this out and get it ready. Oh my goodness, thank you, Eileen. Yes, Tessie is better. So right now I just gave her medicine. She's laying in bed playing with her iPad with her sisters. And yeah, we got a big scare. She wasn't doing too good. Then she was doing worse, and then she's doing better now. But it's horrible when your kids are sick. You can't think about anything else. You can't do really anything else, and it's just so scary. Such a scary feeling, and also you don't get any sleep. Okay, so let me see who else is in. We have 3. So what time is it? Let's see. Oh, it's barely 5 o'clock. So maybe I'll wait a couple more minutes before we start. But you know what we can do? We can start cutting our paper that way, because we are gonna have a lot to cut today. So we can start by cutting. So my heavyweight cardstock, it's 5.5 by 11. So we are going to cut these simply at 5.5. Okay, this is 8.5 by 11. I mean, and we're gonna cut it to 5.5. Okay, so that's gonna be the base for this book. So we are going to need 4 of these pieces. And so yeah, I was kind of nervous for these live. I don't know why. I'm on a new phone, so I'm hoping these will do better than the one before, and I hope that we don't get cut out again. And it's extremely hot, and yeah, it's been quite a day. Okay, so we are going to cut 4 of these 5.5 by 11 pieces. Hi, Monica. Oh yes, we are having class tonight. I know I posted it on Thursday and then I posted it on Facebook and I posted it again yesterday because I know a lot of you know that my daughter was sick and I was actually holding off. But I actually asked her if it's okay with her for me to, because she's been really next to me almost all day. So she's okay right now. She's playing with her iPad. She had her medicine for the cough, so hopefully she won't be coughing too much. And then my mother is watching her too. She's with her, so we're good. And I also need a break, so uh, it's okay, Monica. I know. You know the Facebook post, the YouTube post when you do community tab, it's a hit or miss. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. So that's why I did it. I posted it 2 times instead of what I normally do one time. I didn't have the chance to make the video, um, that I usually do ahead, showing you kind of the project and yeah. But we're here, yay! So excited. And this is a class that it was requested. Actually, I was requested to do mini album in a box or an explosion box mini album, and I thought that would be so fun. Okay, so Monica, so everybody just joining right now. All I'm doing right now is cutting 4 pieces of 5.5 by 11. Okay, so we're gonna need 4 of these, and that's gonna be the base for our book. Okay, so that's gonna be the first. How about we do some pre-cutting ahead, and then it'll be much easier to put it all together. Does that sound like a good idea? We can do that. I actually did a little cheat sheet here because I was saying I don't know why I feel like for some reason I have this thing going on within me right now that it feels like something's gonna go wrong, maybe because I haven't slept that well. So I did myself some notes just now so I don't mess up. Okay, so we're gonna do some pre-cutting. Okay, so we're gonna be using heavyweight cardstock for most everything except for the hinges. Those are going to be lightweight. So we're gonna need probably just 2 pieces of lightweight cardstock. Everything else is going to be 110 pounds. And so we are gonna need 4, like I said, of 5.5 by 11. I'm actually gonna type it here, okay? So you guys can refer to back. So 4 pieces of 5.5 by 11. I'll type that in there. And then we are going to do, oh, and if you're watching this video after the live, I'm gonna put this on the description under the video, so you have your measurements ahead as well. And I will do that when the video goes like recorded, so that way I can go back, edit, and add all the dimensions. And so that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so then for the cover, we are going to need a piece of 7 5/8 by 7 5/8. And 5/8 is tricky, but all it is 7.5, and then you're gonna go to the next line over. Okay, so that will be your 5/8. So we're gonna do just a little bit bigger than 7.5. And I'm going to also type it here, and it's just 1 piece of that. So 7 5/8 by 7 5/8, and there you go. Okay, so let me just do that. Okay. And so like I said, we're gonna do all the cutting ahead, and then we're gonna do all the scoring together, and then we're gonna put it all together. I think that'll be much easier. So we have those 5 pieces so far, and then we're gonna work on the pages already. Look at that, super fast. And I'm not trying to go fast, but I was trying to go efficient. So we're gonna do all the cutting ahead. So for the pages, we are going to need 10 pieces of 5.25 by 5 inches. So I am going to start by cutting at 5.25, and then we're going to do 5 inches. Okay, so 1, from one page we can get 2. And so I'm gonna need to cut 5 pieces or 5 pages all together. So again, I'm gonna do 5 1/4 by 5 inches. And if you have any questions at any time, just put it and I'm constantly looking at that. And let me know if I'm going too fast as well. Okay, so 5 1/4 by 5. I have 4. And I was thinking this is gonna be a really cute, like if you're doing a Christmas book, this is why I put a Christmas on the picture, but of course you can decorate it any way you like. I feel like Halloween, it's also a good option, but I'm kind of moving away from Halloween. I already did a bunch of projects, and I have one more that I'm finishing up for the last day of the Halloween series. Okay, so I lost count, so I have 8, and I need one more. 5 1/4 by 5 inches. Okay, so 9 and 10. Okay, so we have 10 of those, and then we are going to do 10 also. This time they're gonna be 6 1/4 by 5 inches. Oh, I didn't write down, so let me put here 10. Oops, what did I do? Let me put here 10 pieces of 5 1/4 by 5 inches, and then I'm going to do 10 pieces of 6 1/4 by 5 inches. And there you go. Okay. So now I'm just going to cut here at 6 1/4 and by 5 inches. So that's gonna be the next size. So I'm gonna need 10 of those as well. 1, 2. Okay, so again 6 1/4 by 5 inches, and one there. So I have 4. Hold on, let me fix the computer. Okay, and then here we go, 6 1/4 by 5 inches. Okay, so that will be, let's see, I have 2, 4, 6, and then I need a few more here. 6 1/4 by 5 inches. Okay, and I think I need one more. Okay, 6 1/4 by 5 inches. Okay, so I'm going to double check that I have 10 of each. I feel like I might not. So I'm just gonna double check here. So let's see, I have 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so 10 of those. And I think these ones I'm missing a couple. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I need 2 more of those. And here we go. So that one for me was 5 1/4 by 5. Okay. And we are done cutting for the most part. Save all your scraps, we might use this in a little bit. Okay, so let's put this on the side. And let me know when we're done cutting. I'm gonna put my stuff away and drink some water. so hot today. I was planning on having a glass of wine, but I think if I do that, I might just die. Okay, so now I'm going to start scoring. So since we're doing the pages, I'm just going to score the pages. Okay, so the 5 1/4 by 5, we're not gonna do anything to that. The 6 1/4 by 5, we are going to score. Along the 6 1/4, we're going to score at 1/2 inch on both sides. So 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch from the other side, which will be 5 3/4. Okay, or you can always turn this around and do 1/2 inch here as well. Okay, same thing. So I am going to continue here scoring, and we're just gonna go on. I wish I can hear you talk, because that way we can do and talk, but I know it's hard for you to do and type. And so anyway, we're probably gonna have to figure it out, like doing this on Zoom or something like that, maybe. So yeah, because I was gonna ask you if you celebrate Halloween, what type of, if you have any plans. I have no idea what we're gonna do. Hold on, give me 1 second. Okay, sorry, the bad pee needed to go out. Okay, so again, 6 1/4. So I'm going to score at 1/2 and at 5 3/4 on that side. So yeah, so we have a Halloween party. I want to call it party. It's not quite a party. It's always a get together with my sister-in-law, and it's usually a big group, but this time it's just gonna be us, her kids and my kids, and still try to make it a little bit normal. There's definitely not gonna be trick-or-treating, and I was trying to think about pumpkin patch, but then Tessie got sick, so then that's out of the question. Maybe later on, I'm not sure yet if I'm brave enough to do pumpkin patch. I know they're open. I've seen a few open. Maybe we'll go to the ones that are actually like open, like on the fields, instead of the ones that they put throughout the city that they have inflatables, and I just don't see how that can be super safe right now with all the kids touching the same stuff. Okay, so I'm just about done to do all of my 1/2 inch sections, and this was probably the part that I was most nervous, like, because there's a lot of pages. Okay, so please let me know if you're with me, if I can move on to the next step, or if we need a couple more minutes before we move on. Okay, ready. Thank you, Eileen. Sometimes I feel like I get disconnected, and I'm just talking to myself. Okay, couple minutes. We'll wait for Monica. Gives me a chance to drink some water. So yeah, I don't know. I told the girls we're gonna go get our flu shots, and then we're gonna go get Halloween costumes. But today was too hot, so we didn't go get the flu shots. And that was kind of like the motivation on getting the flu shots, get the costumes. So I think we're still gonna do costumes. We're just gonna sit at home and wear costumes. I don't know. But anyway, so I am going to start folding along the score lines, these pieces, just so we can have them ready. Okay, so I'm just gonna go each one here. So since Tessie has been sick and I haven't been recording, I have been in my room with her all the time because we didn't know what she had. She might have had, well, we were hoping not, but we were of course thinking, if in case she has the COVID. I wasn't too worried about her not getting through that, but I was worried about my mother, getting infected. So me and Tessie had been in the room, not living, and which means I haven't really been on the studio. But I did bring some of these cardstock upstairs with me, and because I can't keep still, right? I have to move my hands. So I did a bunch of blank mini albums that were actually back orders for the website, and then I even did some more. And yeah, so I was gonna itch it to do something. Okay. So Anne-Marie says the pumpkin patch in Half Moon Bay is lots of fun. Yes, so that's the one I was thinking, Anne-Marie. Half Moon Bay. Where are you, Anne-Marie? Are you nearby? You're in the bay, huh? I think I know that. I just don't know why. I get confused. Um, so so yeah, if we do a pumpkin patch, we will do one of the ones in Half Moon Bay because they're far away, they're actual fields, they're open, and it will be like a field trip also, right? Getting out of the house and just driving somewhere for more than 10 minutes, which is what we've been doing. Target and back, Target and back. I mean, that's all we do. What else we do besides when we go out? We go to Target, or we also go. I'm trying to think. Well, I go to Michael's, but I usually go by myself. Yeah, the girls, they don't really go anywhere. My poor babies. So okay, so now that I have. Oh, you're in San Leandro. Anne-Marie, we need to meet up one day. We need to meet up one day. Yes, when this craziness goes away, we have to do crafty day. I have a friend that I met. I actually met with two of my YouTube friends. One living in Sacramento, but we met up on the scrapbook fair. And where was the scrapbook fair? It was I think it was the one in Alameda County. Wait, where did it, or Stockton? I don't know. We met at the fair one time. We actually met a couple times because then I was crazy enough to drive to Sacramento for the scrapbook fair. So we did that. Okay, so Monica, if you're done scoring, let's go ahead and fold this. So yeah, so it's so much fun when you get to see somebody like live in like face to face. So that was my dear friend Melinda. We met a couple times. And then my other friend that she actually lives in Santa Clara, and I'm in Union City, but I work at Stanford, so I'm always in Santa Clara. so we met a couple times as well, which is just so much fun. So much fun. Anyway, so now we're gonna put our pages together since we're already working on the pages. So we folded these two pieces in or along the score line, and we are going to add these here. Now, normally I would do this with double-sided tape, but I think this time I'm just gonna do glue because it's just a lot faster and we have so many to do and they're small enough, and plus the glue I think it's a lot stronger than the tape anyway, so stronger and faster. But we are just gonna do these with the glue, and then we'll do the hinges with the tape. The hinges is definitely easier with the tape. So yeah, so we are going to form the pages like that, and here is your first page. I love the size. How cute is this? The Pleasanton, yes. So I go to all of them, Marie. I'm crazy like that. So I go to the one in Santa Clara, and then I go to the one in Pleasanton. So I kind of have that, because I live kind of midpoint to both. I'm in the center of both. So and they're far away in terms of time. Like I think the one is in April and one is in August, because it goes all the way around and then it comes back, because they know people like me will buy twice. So they come twice, and if I'm crazy enough, I'll go to the one in Sacramento, which I think that year I did because I couldn't make it to one of the ones locally here, and the girls were actually crazy enough to ask me to go. They just wanted a field trip, and we went. We explored the fair, then we stopped at a restaurant, and then we came back home the same day. And it's a 2-hour drive, so maybe more. But we just love road trips. They're so fun. you know, especially for them because they're not driving. But yeah, so I'll probably do that again if they ever reopen. Now that they have been doing all the scrapbook expos online, which I guess it could be fun. I don't know. I really do try to stay away from the phone sometimes. I mean, I'm not asking you to, but because I spend a lot of time either recording or editing, and then when I'm not doing those two, I really do try to be away from the phone or the computer because it just gets too much for my head. And okay, so I'm on my third page here. I'm going quite slow, but I hope this is not too slow. I'm talking a lot. I'm gonna drink some water. So here we go. Yeah, I'm ready for the fall, you guys. I'm ready for the fall weather. It's really hot, really hot, and I'm on pumpkin latte mode, so it's quite difficult to drink pumpkin latte when it's this hot. I mean, I made myself an iced pumpkin latte just before the class, but not the same. I like it. I like my coffee hot. Okay, so I think I'm on 4 pages, so I'm gonna try to speed this up and finish up all these 10 pages. Then we're gonna do some layouts for these pages, but we'll do that at the end. That's gonna be quite simple to do as well. Okay, so I'm just gonna close these and there we go. And then this one. Oh yeah, it doesn't feel like October. And you know, yesterday I was watching the news, and then South San Francisco was on fire again. So that is crazy because, you know, it seemed like for the most part the fires around here were contained, and then we start a new one. So yeah, I'm ready for the rain and the cold weather. So one side of me really wants the rain, you know, and the cold weather. I love dressing up in fall clothing, and you know, enjoy the coziness of the season. But what, honey? What do you need? You okay? What?
The neighbor, they were looking over, and then Mia started barking, and Mimi was out there, and she got super scared, and then Mimi ran. She jumped over the fence.
So where's Nini?
She's in the house. I already got her.
Oh, okay.
But the neighbors were looking in our yard, and then Mia was barking at them.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
it was
weird.
like a guy and then holding the baby, just looking over.
Oh, maybe he wanted to look at the cat.
No, he probably wanted to look at Mia.
Oh, okay. Oh my goodness. So I don't know if you got to hear that, but Emma said that the neighbor had his baby look over the yard because looking at the dog or whatever. And the cat got so scared. She jumped over the fence and ran away, but she got her. Oh my goodness, yes. Okay, so what I was saying is I'm ready for rain, but on the other hand, because I do construction work, the rain, it's like the worst that we can have. Like everything is, you know, under schedule, you know, changes and extra requirements and just a nightmare all around. Okay, so I'm on my last 2. And let me know if we are all ready to move on to the next step. Okay, so here we go. And I'm going to add my glue. And I find this, oh my goodness, you might say, okay, 10 pages is a lot, but I find this so calming, relaxing. And I could do this all day. And it's just so relaxing to me to play with paper. I've been getting into Well, no, because Tessie was sick, so I've been playing a lot with her. And I've discovered some new skills of me playing on apps. Because I usually hate playing on video game apps or things like that. But yeah, I'm hooked. I'm hooked now. Which is why I try to stay away from the phone. Okay, so now we have our 10 little pages ready. How cute. Okay, so we are gonna move on to the next phase here, and for that we are going to need the 5.5 by 11 pieces, and these ones are just simply going to be scored at 5.5.
Hi, Mommy.
Okay, hey honey.
Where's the cat treats?
In the pantry.
I didn't see them.
Aww. So we are going to score. So this is 5.5 by 11. We're going to score at 5.5. Okay, and then we're gonna fold this in half. Okay, so we're gonna fold it basically on half like that, and we are going to do the same here. Okay, so score at 5.5 and fold. Score 5.5 and fold. Okay, and then here one more time, 5.5 and fold. Okay, and now we're going to put these together. So the explosion boxes, they're so easy to put together, really. We're just gonna glue these on top of each other like that, making this little cross. And then the secret to this is that when you glue them together, you are never touching the bending lines. So you're not really gluing it exactly on top. You're going to off-center this just a tiny bit, so you'll know, for example, when I'm gluing these two, I still want to be able to fold this. Okay, if I glue it right on top, this one is going to eventually be hard to fold. So I'm going to add my glue here. Let's put those away like this. Okay, and then we are just going to add this one right there. Okay, and then we're going to add the next piece. I'm gonna put this one here, and then this one's gonna fold this way, and I want to make sure this piece is also going to fold, so put it right next to your bending line. Okay, so I'm going to add my glue here again, and we're gonna put this one right there. And again, I'm going to make sure this will still fold, and then this one folds, and this one folds. And now I'm ready to put the next one on top. Okay, so this one will go right here, and then again, make sure this folds, and make sure this folds. And now we're just gonna add some glue. I haven't made one of these in a really long time. I think the last one I did was in July. And even before then, it was probably a good year before I did another one of these. And they're so much fun. Okay, so there you go. Now this is not a typical explosion box. I'm turning this into a mini album as well. Okay, so there we go. Now we are going to grab the other piece and do the cover, but let me know we're okay to move on to the next step. I'm going to drink some water. It sounds like Emma's making a smoothie. Okay, so then I am going to put these ones to the side. Okay, bring it out there. And now we are going to work on the piece that we cut at 7 5/8 by 7 5/8. And we are simply going to score this piece at 1 inch on each side. Okay, so we're gonna do 1 inch, then turn this around and we're gonna do 1 inch. Then we're gonna turn this and do 1 inch. And then we're going to do 1 inch here. Just like that. And then we're going to fold along the score lines. Okay, so we're gonna fold, 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 and one more time, fold. And then we are going to cut this piece along this score line here, this little 1 inch score line. So we're going to cut here, okay, and then we're going to cut here. So we have these two little notches, and we're gonna do the same on the other side. So cut right there, and we are going to cut right here. Okay, so now we're gonna turn this around again, and these two little notches that we cut are going to glue to this piece to create the box like that. So I'm just going to add some glue here in a little square and join this together. Okay, and then glue here and join these together. Okay, and then we're going to do the same on the other side. We're going to add the glue here and join this together. And then we're going to add the glue here. And we're going to join these together. Okay. And there you go. That is the cover for the box. So now we're gonna test this. Okay, make sure this works. So we're gonna hold this, oops, so hold 3 sides, and then we're gonna put this, and then make sure that it fits. And there you go. We have our little box. How cute is this box? So you can even make this into a gift if you're making this for Christmas. Just put a big bow, and then when they open it, the gift is the box. Okay, so then here are the little pages that we are going to add on this book. It's quite a lot of pages, but there you go. So I'm going to wait. Oh, thank you, Eileen. So we're gonna work on the hinges, but I want to make sure we have a little time to finish this up. Okay, before we work on the hinges. Okay, so it's not even 6 o'clock. Oh my goodness, perfect. We have plenty of time to add layouts and fun things. Okay, so I'm going to now work with my lightweight cardstock, and we are going to do 2 pieces. And I'm going to cut these 2 pieces at 5 inches by 11. Okay, and we're probably gonna trim these ones in a minute, but let's start with that. Okay, so here we go. You need a little more time. Okay, Monica, we'll wait. You know what, that's great, because I need to do a little math for my pages. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then we have the 2 half an inch. Okay, perfect. That's all I needed. So we're gonna have a half an inch gusset, and the area where we put the page, which is your hinge, that's going to be 3/4 inches. Okay, and then we're gonna do 2, and then we're gonna join them together because 1 is not long enough. But I do want to wait for Monica, the way we are in the same place. And then Anne-Marie, let me know if you're good to move up. And yeah, because the hinge could be a little tricky, and I want to make sure we're all ready. Okay. Just putting my hair up because it's so hot. So hot. Okay. Oh, in the meantime, I can show you my journal. Look how cute. This one I actually did last year, and I never used it yet. So I am going to add Halloween pictures here. Now, this is not gonna be an October daily or I don't know, a typical journal. This is just going to be a journal to add all of our Halloween pictures throughout the years, and pumpkin patch pictures. I already printed some out, like baking cookies, just whatever is Halloween that we do. It's gonna go on this journal. It doesn't matter what year. I'm not going by date. I'm just trying to compile all of our Halloween memories here, and just can't wait. You know, one of my projects. We're gonna use 10 pages, Monica. So the pages you can finish up after because they're all the same pages, but just remember one size is 5 1/4 by 5, and one size is 6 1/4 by 5. Okay. All right. Okay, so what we're doing now is gonna be the hinges. Okay, so for these, okay, we're gonna use 2, sorry, 2 of 5 by 11, and this is lightweight cardstock. Okay, all right. So 5 by 11, let's cut 2 pieces. We might just need 1 1/2, but let's just cut the 2 pieces. And I'm going to start scoring now. Okay, perfect. Yes, we can move. We're gonna start scoring at 1 inch. Okay, and then we are going to do half an inch. So the way we're gonna do this is we're gonna do half an inch, and then 3/4, 3/4, half an inch, and 3/4, 3/4, and so on. Let me turn on the lights 1 second. Getting a little dark. Okay, so again, I'm gonna start at 1 inch, and then 1 1/2, then 2 1/4, and 3 inches. Then 3 1/2, that's our half an inch. Okay, then 4 1/4, and 5 inches. Okay, I'm going to repeat. 1 inch, 1 1/2, 2 1/4, 3 inches, 3 1/2, 4 1/4, 5 inches. Then we're gonna do 5 1/2, 6 1/4, 7 inches. Then we're gonna do 7 1/2, 8 1/4, 9 inches. Okay, then we are going to do 9 1/2 and 10 1/4. Okay, So now what I'm going to do is I am going to cut this out right here at 10 and a quarter, because for this last hinge I only need half of the hinge, okay? And we're gonna connect the other half with this piece. So far we have 1, 2, 3, 4 and a half pieces, okay? So now we are going to start, oh, we might need more. Okay, let's just continue. So this one gave us 4. This is probably gonna give us another 4, and we're gonna need 2 more. But anyway, so now on the second piece, we're going to start at 3/4 inches. Okay, and then we're going to do half an inch. So this is going to be 1 1/4. And then we're going to do 2 inches, 2 1/4, 3 1/4. Okay, I'm going to repeat. We're going to start at 3/4 inches, then we're going to do 1 1/4, 2 inches, 2 3/4, then 3 1/4, 4 inches, and 4 3/4. Then we're going to do 5 1/4, 6 inches, and 6 3/4. Okay, so I'm going to repeat. 3/4, 1 1/4, 2 inches, 2 3/4, 3 1/4, 4 inches, 4 3/4, 5 1/4, 6 inches, 6 3/4, 7 1/4, 8 inches, 8 3/4, 9 1/4, okay, 10 inches, and 10 inches is going to be our half hinge. So we are going to cut this at 10 inches. Okay, so here we have 4.5 inches, and then here's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we need the last one. So this is why I cut it, because I will also need an extra inch on the side. So I'm gonna cut this little piece of scrap at 5 inches. Okay, so this is, let me tell you, about 3.5 by 5. Okay, so that was from our leftovers. So go ahead and cut that piece. Okay, and now to this last little piece, we are going to score at 3/4 and 1 1/4. Okay, 3/4 and 1 1/4. And there you go. So we needed 3 pieces. It's a long hinge because we have 10 pages. Okay, so now we're gonna put them together. Okay, so your first piece is the one that starts with the 1 inch here. So that's your first piece. And now we're going to put together the 2 3/4 inches. We're going to pinch this together, and that is going to be our first hinge. Okay, so I am just gonna press down, and then we are going to glue the back of these together. But first I'm gonna fold them all. The 1/2 inch we're going to skip, and then we're going to fold together the next 2 3/4 inches. That's my second hinge. Okay, so then we're going to skip and join together, and skip and join together. Okay, so far we have 4 hinges on this first piece. I'm going to turn this to the back and join these hinges together. Okay, so here's the first one. Then the second one. Okay, so there you go. I'm just gonna put this down so I can press on it. Then I'm going to glue the next one. Okay. And I'm gonna press down. And then I'm going to glue the next one here. Okay. Here you go. So now we have the first piece. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 hinges, and then we have the half hinge. Okay, so I'm just gonna fold this one along the score line, and then we're gonna leave this one to the side. Okay, just some water. Now we're gonna grab the middle section here, and I'm going to ignore the first half an inch, or sorry, the first 3/4 inches. I'm just gonna fold it. We're gonna leave it to the side, and then we're going to join together the 2 3/4 inches. Okay, so we have the 3/4 inch and the half an inch, and then we're gonna join together the next 2 3/4 inches. And then we're going to skip and join together. Okay, so I'm going to press down here. And then we're going to skip and join together. And then we're going to skip and join together. Okay. And then we have the other half an inch there as well. I'm just going to fold it. So now we're gonna turn this to the back and glue the 2 3/4 inches together again, okay? So just the 2 3/4 inches together. I'm going to press down. Then I'm going to do the next 2. Okay, so we're gonna press down right here. And then we're going to do the next 2. Press down. Okay, and then the other 2. And we're going to press down. Okay. So there you go. So now this one, the centerpiece, is going to have 2 of these 3/4 inches on each side, and we are going to glue one of these to the first piece. So we're just going to glue these 2 3/4 inches together. So we're basically joining your 2 half hinges. Okay, so we're going to join these together. We're just going to place them side to side. Right there. Okay. And now we're gonna move to the last piece, which is pretty simple. We're just gonna fold this one here along the first score line, and we're gonna join these 2 together. Okay. So there we go. Join these together. So that's a long hinge. So you have 10 little hinges. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, good. I was hoping I got it right. So now I'm just gonna press down, and then I'm gonna put them to the other side. You know, it's like brushing your hair. You want to brush it both ways. And I'm gonna press down again, and this just really helps you, you know, break the cardstock, or you know, break the fibers, so your hinges are really flexible. Okay, and what we're gonna do now is my least favorite part of making an album, which is adding the tape on the hinges. This feels really nice. So we're going to add your double-sided tape to each side of the hinge. Okay, so we're going to do one side and then the back as well. And this always makes my fingers hurt because the tape just gets stuck to your skin and eventually it starts to hurt, especially when me, I do a lot of books. So I'm going to do that all along. And let me know if you have any questions or if you were able to finish your hinge or if you're still gluing, or if you got stuck at some point. Let me know that too. Okay, and so there we go. I'm just gonna press down on my tape, and then we're gonna do the back side. So I always add this tape before I add the hinge to the book or the base because you can move this. It's a lot easier. Okay, so here we go. Right here. And next one over. I wonder what happened to my coffee. I know I wasn't finished with it. Okay, so I'm just gonna press down and press here. Okay, and there you go, right there. And press down here, and there you go, almost done. Almost there. I am truly sweating, especially because I don't like this step. Okay, but we need to do it. This is probably the one step of the album that I have to use tape, and I can't do it with glue because it makes a big mess. I've tried already. I can't find like a good technique to do it with glue, so tape it is. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut right there and 2 more hinges. Here we go, you got it. This is like when you're on the gym and the last 5 minutes, you're like, oh my god, 5 more minutes. I got this. I can do it. It's a workout. Okay, so let's add that right here and the back. Okay. So now I'm just gonna press down on my tape. And then I'm going to do it on the other side as well. Okay, get all the air out. And there you go, we did it. We did it. So now I'm going to bring the base. Let me know if we need a minute while I go find my coffee. Where did I put it? Oh, here. Okay. Oh, I love the flavor of pumpkin spice. I just love it. Okay, so how are we doing with the hinge? Having fun? Okay. Let me see here. Okay, good. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is simply glue your hinges onto your base. So we have the two first score lines. So we have one at the beginning and one at the end. And you can use those two lines to line this up with your bending line on your book, on your box. Okay, and if it doesn't line up, it's okay. Sometimes it doesn't exactly line up, especially because we did this kind of off-center game. So I'm just going to add glue all over here. Okay, so let's see here, all over glue. And okay, so behind each one of your hinges, I'm gonna do glue. Okay, last one. Okay, now I'm just going to turn this around and place this here. Okay, so what I do is I center the hinges within the spine or within the base on this case, because sometimes those score lines don't turn out to be exact. So I'm just gonna press down in between each one of these, and I have another tool for that. Okay, so I like using this one because it just grabs everything, and I go in between each one of the hinges. Okay, so there you go. And the two sides. Ta-da! Yay! Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to re-score this again, or we're just gonna line this up and score one more time right here. Okay, just to help this bend again. Okay, so I'm just gonna bend this up. Okay, and there you go. Perfect. And we're gonna do the same here. Right on that bending line, I'm going to score one more time and help this bend. Okay, so I'm just gonna hold this and bend down, and there you go. Oops. You can lay the hinges down and just fold this. Ta-da! Cute, huh? Oh, I love it. So many pages. This will be a great like December daily if you do that, because you can add one picture. This is 10 pages, so you can use one side for each day, so then you have 20 days, and then you have the 4. Perfect, huh? 24 days. I don't know. Well, you need one more day, so the inside cover could be the one more day. Okay. So now we're going to add the pages into our book, which you already know how to do. So I think we're doing great. So let's go ahead and grab your tool. I don't know if you have this tool, but this is like the best mini album making tool I've found ever. My favorite tool. It saves my nails. It just helps me a lot. So what I'm going to do is peel off the side of the tape here, and I'm just gonna keep it like that for now, and we're going to find the center. And let me know if you need another minute. So we're just gonna insert this. Now don't insert this all the way down to the spine. Just put it right on top of your tape and leave a little bit of space there in between. Okay, so we're just gonna hold that down and remove the tape, and then we're gonna turn this to the back. And this is why I need this tool now, because now you're gonna just get in there and remove the back of the tape. So easy. Okay, so now we're gonna do the next pages right here. And we're gonna add this one. And then we're going to take off the back of the tape, and then we're just gonna continue with all of the pages here. Okay, and remove the tape. Okay, and then we're gonna do the back, and so on. A few more times. You got this. You can do it. I think I'm just telling myself that because, yeah. So on this one for me, see how it didn't quite, I don't know if you can see on the video, there's this little piece left. I'm always really picky, and I will just cut that out manually when I see that. And I don't know, sometimes your cutting is not exact, so I just like to make it even. So that's what I'm doing. And now I'm ready to add this page. Okay, and press down. And the next one, we're halfway there, I think, almost. And there we go. Next. Add this here, and the next page. There you go. So I don't know what collection I'm gonna be using for this little box. I'm thinking Christmas. I'm also thinking fall. I'm not quite sure yet. I didn't pick anything this time. I usually do. So I'm gonna add this here and press down. I am definitely behind on projects. I have some new collections that I received that I haven't even opened up yet, so maybe I'll do that since I have a project ready. And yeah, save me some time. You know, I always want to do everything, but then realistically, you know, family comes first, kids get sick, work gets busy, you know, life gets busy, but it's okay. I'm just gonna continue. Even, you know, this is the part where you kind of go back and see, you know, how you can fix these things. And it's really no big deal. I'm just really picky. Okay, so almost there. Take that out. That's what I tell my Tessie. I'm like, almost there, because she does not enjoy doing homework. To say the least. She loves to read. She just doesn't like being on the computer doing math, and I can't blame her because it's so difficult just to put a box so you can put a number. It's so annoying. I don't like it myself. And there you go, last page. Okay. There you go. So if you did it, woohoo! If not, if you need a minute, that's okay. Totally okay too. Okay, so I'm going to, ooh, look at it, look how nice this looks. Oh, I love it. It just feels like, I don't know, like I'm brushing the cat's hair or something. It feels so nice. I love it like that. And I'm going to put the cap on because I want to see how this looks. And ta-da! Ooh, I love it. I love it. So love it. It's so pretty, isn't it? Yeah, I'm rubbing the cat hair. That's how it feels like. That's what I do all day. It's like my relaxing time, just sitting there paying the cat. Oh my gosh, so relaxing. I always brush the cats because I'm obsessed with fleas. It's another story. So I'm always brushing the cats. Hold on, let me open the door to my dog. Okay, yay. Okay, so now we are going to do a couple layouts. Just a couple because we don't want this extra heavy. Okay, and this is pretty good as it is. Now, you know what is another thing that we can do on these boxes if you want to reinforce the box? We can add another piece of cardstock here on the sides. Let's do that. Because I feel like after we add pictures, this will become a little bit heavy. So I'm going to cut 4 pieces. That's my cardstock. Here. 4 pieces of 5.5, and this is heavyweight. Okay, so I'm going to do 5.5 by 5.25. Okay, just a little bit smaller than your page, and I'll show you why. 5.5 by 5.25, and one more. Let me do 5.25 first, and then 5.5. Okay, so I'm gonna write that down so I remember to add it on the description box. 5.25 by 5.5. Okay, so I have that. And the reason why I'm doing these pieces is to give more stability to your box cover. So for example, this will go right here. Okay, so the 5.5 will go this way, and the 5.25 will go the way, how to explain this way here, the way that is bending. Because if we make this 5.5 by 5.5, it's going to touch your bending line. So you want to stay away from the bending line. And I am going to glue these down right there. Okay. And then you're going to put cardstock here, so it's going to be really, really strong. Okay, so now I'm going to turn this around, do this one more time, and this is also going to reinforce my hinge that we added in there. Okay. And I am just going to put this right here. Let's press it down. Next side, this way. And there you go. Okay, so press it down, and then I have the one more side, which is reinforcing the hinge as well. And there you go. Okay, so that's our box. Cute, huh? So now a couple layouts for the inside. I'm just gonna give you some ideas, and you can of course add some or a few or none, because it's pretty much done at that point. And so we can use our scrap pieces that we have, like this ones for example, and we can cut these at 6 inches. Okay, so I'll tell you what this measures, and I'm sorry I'm sideways because I just pulled that chair, but okay, hold on. Let me move this out of the way for now, and there we go. So I'm gonna cut this at 6 inches, and this was my scrap piece, but I'll tell you this measures about 3.5. And with this one, you can make a little pocket. Okay, so let me grab my score block, and I'm going to score at 1/2 inch on 3 sides. 1/2 inch and one more 1/2 inch. Okay, and then I'm going to take out the corners like that, and then we're going to fold along the score lines, and we're creating a little pocket. Okay, so now you can use your scrap pieces and make as many pockets as you like. You could probably do a pocket on one side and a layout on the other side. Now for the layout, I am going to cut a new piece, and we are going to cut this at 5 inches. Okay, by 5.5. Actually, let's do 5.25. Okay, 5 inches by 5.25. And I'm gonna do the same here. Okay, and then we're going to score. Oh yeah, baby first year, you're right, that will be so cute. 1 page for each month, that will be so cute. Yes. Okay, so then we're going to score along the 5.25 inch side at 1/2 inch. Okay, so there you go, and I will do the same for this one, 1/2 inch, and then I'm going to fold along the score lines here and here, and let me move this out of the way, and then we're going to bring our box back so we can add these pieces. So for example, here on the first page, I could add the one we just did, 5.25 by 5. We can glue these to one of the sides here. So I'm going to add my glue, and I am going to add this one right there. Okay, and then I'm going to open this up and add this one on the other side. Okay, so there you go. So on this side of the page, which we're gonna call side A, we have a layout, okay, like that, and then on the back side we will have the pocket. Now you don't have to do pocket layout for each one. You can probably do you can even do one layout, so one flap here and one flap here, you know, if you don't want to do pockets, or mix it up. And oops, sorry. So then I'm just gonna add my glue here, here, And there. Okay, so I'm just gonna add this right there. And I'm gonna press down in there. And there you go. And we have our little pockets. And then here you're gonna use your scrap pieces again to, you know, add little photo mat areas. How perfect is this one here? That will go right there. So that's an idea of, you know, how you can do this page. Now you don't want to make this book too heavy, you know, because then it will expand too much. I mean, you do have plenty of room to expand. You have a ½ inch in between. So now let's try another layout, and so you can have a couple more options. So for the next one, I am just going to do 2 pieces of 5 by 5. Okay, so 5 by 5. I always try to make these layouts the biggest that you can make it. So for this book, 5 by 5 is a good size. It's almost a full page. Okay. So for this 5 by 5, I am going to score at ½ inch on one of the sides. Okay, so here we go. Okay. So ½ inch, and this one as well, ½ inch. Okay, so let's bring this book back. And then we're going to fold along the score line, right there, right here. And then we are going to add this little piece along the top. Okay. So we're just gonna add this right here. Okay, and then we're gonna add the other one on the bottom. So now you have another layout opening up and down. You can even combine these options, and for example, you can add a pocket on the bottom and then this layout on the top. So then when this opens up, you have a little pocket in there. So you can just have fun making some different layouts like that, just doing a combination. But I'm going to add this one here. You open that up, and then you add that in here. And there you go. So that's a different layout type. Now for this one, you probably will need a little magnet in there. And so yeah, so then you can keep, you know, decorating your pages, mixing and matching. Don't be afraid to leave in some just plain, you know, just to avoid some work. Thank you, Monica. And the last thing we're gonna do is do the inserts for these pages. Okay, so let's do that. Put this to the side. And for the inserts, let me do one. Okay, because I did not think of that before. So let me do one and before you cut your paper. So I think a 5 by 5 will work. But let me start with this 5 by 5.5, because I do want to do a border punch. So there we go. So let's do. Okay. So this is a 5 by 5. Okay. So it will be a 5 by 4 3/4. So let me just add this one. There you go. So you will need a 5 by 4 3/4, and I am going to write this down here. for the notes. In the description box, I will add all of that. And then what I'm going to do is use my paper punch. You don't have to use a paper punch, but I just want to show you how this. I think if you do a paper punch, you do have to cut it at 5 by 5. I think this will be too small now. Let's see. Yeah, see, because you don't really see the border. Okay, so it's always good to try. I always do tryouts, and I typically mess up. So if you want to do a border punch, you will cut it at 5 by 5. And if you don't want to have a border punch, it will be 5 by 4 3/4. Okay, so I'm just gonna do this again so we can see how that looks. And this will really look cute for a baby book. So when you add the insert here, so you can see just enough of the scallop edge. Okay, and now let's make sure that it will close. It should be able to close. You know, the scallop edge should not be too tall for the box, but I always like to double check. Okay, so that's a good size. It closes just fine, even with the scallop edge in there. So there you go, you have some options. Now if your paper punch is different than mine, obviously, you can just do one as a tryout, and let's see how you would like it. And we're done. I'm so excited. I love how this came out. And I really want to make a baby book now. Thank you, Anne-Marie. Now I want another kid. I love making baby stuff, and my babies are not babies anymore. So I am constantly doing things for back in the day when they were little. But I already have a million scrapbooks for them. I just keep making more. So yeah, so that's our project for today. I'm so happy how this turned out. Let me know if you have any questions, suggestions. What are you gonna be using this for? Is it gonna be a Christmas project, a gift? You know, if it's a baby book, it could definitely be a Christmas gift. You know, it doesn't have to be Christmas. My sister-in-law's having a baby girl, so maybe that's what I will do for her. That will be so cute. Thank you, Eileen. Thank you. I'm going to turn the camera so you guys can see my sweaty face. Let's see. Here I am. Thank you so much for being here. Oh my gosh, yes, I am sweating. Thank you for being here. And I hope that you guys enjoy the class. I hope that you show me pictures when you are done decorating these. And yeah, I can't thank you enough for being here. Yes, a Christmas, you know what? This would be really cute as a Christmas December daily, or even like, I don't know, 12 years of Christmas, 12 days of Christmas, something like that. So yeah, don't forget to show me what you do on our Facebook group. I'm reading your comments down there, that's why I'm looking down. But here I am. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Anne-Marie, Eileen, Monica, and thank you everyone who's joining, watching after the live. And check the description box. I'm gonna have all the measurements in there. And yeah, leave me a comments if you have questions, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.